Hello everybody, this is Commander Strain and welcome back to Armoured Warfare. Today I'm on the 0.19 EU public test server and I'm going to be looking at the much anticipated Tier 7 Soviet MBT, the T-80U. Now normally with these previews I would like to talk a little bit about the attributes of the tank as well as the ammunition choices available when playing the vehicle, followed by some gameplay footage to highlight the strengths and weaknesses when played by an average 50% win rate player. Now I am still going to talk about the T-80U, but the state of the EU PTS in this Phase 4 version makes it impossible to show really decent gameplay footage when you only get 1 versus 1 or 2 versus 2 games on a full size map. Not even skirmish mode is available on the EU PTS. I have heard a rumour that this test will be the final test of the EU PTS, and if this rumour is true, I'm very concerned for the future of Armoured Warfare, because how can the game be tested properly when you only have like 10 to 25 people in a queue for games, and most of those people are queuing up to play max tier vehicles? It's impossible to test all the tiers when the testing structure is like this. Anyway, that's enough. Let's take a look at the stats of this fun vehicle and show you the ammunition choices, and then I'm going to highlight some, unfortunately, 1 versus 1 gameplay footage. So the T-80U comes with 2,550 hit points and from the front has fairly good amounts of armour protection with an outstanding 700mm on the turret front itself. Its mobility, as you will see, seems excellent, able to reach 78 km per hour with an outstanding 40 degrees of hull rotation, although the 25 degrees of turret rotation does seem somewhat lacklustre. With a base 400 metre view range, the T-80U can work a map fairly well, and the 125mm main cannon does pack a punch with 7 degrees of gun depression. The T-80U can fire unpiercing fin-stabilised discarding sabre rounds, high explosive anti-tank, as well as the reflex tandem anti-tank guided missile. Now there is one major bug with the T-80U, and that's a graphic issue with the vehicle model, that when you apply camo, a portion of the rear turret area is missing, and this is a bug that should have been spotted by the male RU QA team even before this vehicle went onto the test server. In the footage I'm going to show you, I have a level 2 commander, level 2 crew with level 1 retrofits, including the Spore Liner, Pioneer Toolkit and improved gun breach, which gives me a 5% damage reduction, 25% component repair speed and a 5% reduction in reload time. Anyway, let's get on and show you this 1 versus 1 gameplay. So here we are on the Ghostfields map. Yes, it's a 1 versus 1. Myself in a T-80U versus a player in the T-90. And this is what is really crazy and disappointing about the EU test server. I thought the Russian test server was bad, but the EU test server, the amount of players playing on it, it's just ridiculous. There's no real testing to be done. Really, this game is all about just racing to the cap circle as quickly as we possibly can and trying to take out the enemy vehicle. And you know, in a 1 versus 1 situation on a full size map, that's all we can do. We spot the T-90 there, we take a shot, fire on the move. Unfortunately, no penetration, no damage. We know where he is now, so we can get up and we can try and actually engage him and see if we can use the advantages the T-80U has against the T-90. Now the T-90 is not a vehicle I've played a lot of on the test server, so I'm not got a great deal of experience of how it's changed. And here we are just showing how limited the gun depression is. 7 degrees is pretty good for an MBT, but definitely not as good as some in the game at the moment. And there we go, we spot him again, and this is where we are trying to play the Ridgeline Warrior role. Very, very hard with 7 degrees only. But there we go, aiming, he's there. Lower plate, we penetrator shattered on that shell. We immediately pull back, try and use the actual cover until we're not spotted. And once we're not spotted, we can either decide to go right or left. I decide to go left here, spin around here, try and knock over any trees as we go up here. But just now pushing up, using this oil drum here, I guess that's what it is, or container storage, just to give me some cover. And there we spot him again. He spots us, we're just aiming, lower plate, we hit him for 815 damage. He fires at us first, he bounces, he then pops his smoke, but so far in this engagement, first decent shell to us. 815 damage seems exceptionally high for a tier 7 MBT, but I guess we got lucky there. Now pushing around here, we've got a truck here as cover, he's now aggressively pushing up, take a shot, just damage his armour minorly, he goes round, we're chasing after him, waiting for our gun to reload. Aiming on the rear area of his tank, pushes his front to armour to us, we hit his lower plate, 641 damage. I pop smoke, he fires at us, we bounce that shell, which is really nice, and now we have a huge advantage over him, and it's now who's going to flinch first and get round. He comes round, we aim, we fire, we miss, he hits us, and we take a 616 shell damage from him. Aiming now at his lower plate, we're going to fire next, penetrate 617 damage. We're still ahead, we're backing up onto this area, we're just trading shots with him now until we kill him. 3-2-2 left, Final shot, aiming, and there we go. That's a kill. So looking at the post-game results, which is pretty pointless. I know it's a 1 versus 1. We did 2,405 damage, got 1 kill. We spotted 1 enemy tank, and we earned 2,213 base reputation. Now, I like the T-80U, but I really would have liked to have played more games, had a 10 versus 10, or even an 8 versus 8 game, so I can actually test it against tier 7s and tier 8 vehicles to give a real full impression of how good this vehicle is. I like it. I'm looking forward to it. I just hope that they fix the bugs in this patch very, very quickly and get us the game that we want to play. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you again. If you've enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a like. It really does help out the channel. And if you've not done so already, don't forget to subscribe. Also, take a look at the links below and give me a follow on Twitch and Beam, and you can also check out my Patreon page. Thanks again, and I'll see you in the next video.